What's going on, everyone? Scale News Update, Las Vegas version again. Yearly, this happens every time. I'm here in Las Vegas for the National Retail Hobby Association dealer show. A bunch of dealers get together, display things for hobby shops to come take a look at, discuss wholesale type business, things like that. But that means that I'm not at home to film the Scale News. Later on this week, I will try and give you some walkarounds of the show itself. So if you're interested in seeing kind of what that's like or what's new that's coming out, if there is anything new. Sometimes there's some sneak peeks that happen at these events, but if that is the case, I'll try and upload a new video of a walk around of the show tomorrow for that. So stay tuned for that. But this is going to be a lower production version of the Scale News this week because I am out of time. Anyway, so we're going to jump into the topics for this week. First one that we're going to start off with is Cen Racing. Last week we discussed them because their site was completely out of inventory of everything, trucks, parts, everything in total. I did reach out to them and I did have some emails back and forth. They are not out of business. There was a website issue where their inventory had stopped syncing on their Shopify side of things. Presumably they have multiple channels of inventory with, maybe other e-commerce sites like Amazon or eBay, whatnot, and their Shopify website, their own website, wasn't updated. So it showed a lot of issues. That has been fixed. A number of the vehicles are back in stock. Not all of them. Most of them are still out of stock, but there is more coming. And I think that they also hinted at that there is a new vehicle coming here before too long. They said that on public forums as well. I did see it in an email. So hopefully we see more on that before too long. But just wanted to circle back on that and, it's just an update, not necessarily a correction, because we didn't know what was going on last time. Also, earlier today, Proline posted up that they got a new Toyota Xtra cab coming out. This is a 124 scale body. So for the SCX24, quick little post up on their social media. No more information, but what more do you need? SCX24 Toyota Xtra cab. They all, at this point, you probably know what that looks like. DSM Offroad, they also got some parts already available for the associated Comp Fox, or the Element Comp Fox, more specifically. That's the competition type platform that Element released last week, and they've now come up with a winch mount for that platform. Since theirs didn't have, accessory winch mounting positions or servo mounting positions, this is made for the micro servo size. It sits behind the front shock tower on the driver's side, basically moves it back. But like the Reefs 179 micro is what they're showing in the photos, and it's just got a spool that sits on there. So if you were looking to run a full size internal winch, internal spooled winch, that probably is not going to be something that's going to be compatible yet. But I wouldn't say that, there's not a chance that they come out with something here before too long as well. So depending on what your preferences are for winches, the options are starting to pop up already. Speaking of Reefs RC, they released their own BEC yesterday, or earlier this week. The BEC that they've got is 8.4 volts set, and it's made to just be a very simple plug and play type situation. Doesn't take any additional wiring other than plugging it into JST power, and then you'll be able to just plug your servo right into it and then plug the other end into channel 1 on your radio. You don't have to de-pin any of the plugs to remove, so you're not feeding power back into your receiver, and your ESC's internal BEC is fighting it. That's the goal of this, is just to be a drop-in type situation. It is an aluminum case. The shape of it is the Reefs logo, which doesn't make it very easy to package in comparison to just like a nice little rectangle, but branding. So they did that. $50, not cheap, but it does have a machined aluminum case if that is something that you're after. Next, Praise Wheel, the new series from Matt, Scale Builders Guild, and myself. That will be out this Wednesday. That'll be episode 2. Or if you're a channel member, you can see them both already. Matt and I both already have ours uploaded. So if you'd like to see that early, you can join the channel membership, which we'll talk about. But Praise Wheel episode 2. Next week will be delayed a week, since Matt and I are both here in Vegas, and then we'll be at Proline by the Fire. We're not going to have a chance to be able to do the spin of the wheel, which is what the whole series is about, as far as it determines what we're doing for the week. So we're not going to be able to have the ability to do that. We're going to have to delay it 1 week, but should still be a good time. And speaking of the channel membership things, if you're interested, channel memberships are available on the channel. Gives you some extra content, either behind the scenes at events, things like this, seeing videos early, like the Praise Will series. And then you also get typically After News Delight, which I think I'm going to have to postpone for this week, or maybe I'll try and do something special. We'll figure that out. My upload speeds here are quite hampered, so that's very difficult. Everything is getting uploaded from my phone at this point, which is tough. But anyway, channel membership, if you're interested, you can find that info in the description below. Livestream Takeover, Matt and I are here together. We're going to do something. Probably not going to be our full 2-hour show, because that's likely going to be very difficult to try and carve out that amount of time and have reliable service or whatever we're doing. So we'll get something up to keep our streak alive, because we've never missed a week, but we've never been somewhere together on a Wednesday either. Next, Trial released some new H10 Optic front heavy knuckles, brass knuckles, coated type thing, similar to a couple of the other brands that we've seen. But if Trial is a brand that you follow, that you're interested in, they now have some parts available for that, so you can check that out. These look pretty decently heavy, and the price is not bad either. I haven't seen them pop up at distributors yet, so if you normally buy through a shop or a website that you prefer, I haven't seen them go there yet. At this point, I've only seen them direct on Trial's website. Also then, RC4 Drive released chrome versions of their, I believe, the updated Yota 2 axles that they put underneath of the new Trailfinder 2. But I think that had some differences with some varying locations and some things like that. So I believe that these are the updated versions, but in chrome. So if you're the chrome gets you home type, then dive in. At least your Trailfinder 2 will look good while it's sitting there. And then also, their Associated released some new 1/27th scale on-road cars, which is an odd scale, I think. I think that these are larger than Mini Zs, but just this, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know a lot about the small scale on-road scene in general, so maybe 1/27th scale isn't super weird, but it appears to me, at first glance at least, that it is. 1/27th scale, the bodies are Lexan bodies like you've seen from them before with some of the Nissan licensing that Associated already has. They just leveraged that. A number of options for the bodies available right from the get-go. So, if that's something that tickles your fancy, they're about $120. So that, I believe, covers or includes everything that you need to run those: battery, charger, radio, everything. So good gift pricing, I think, is probably what they're after. And as we wind down to the final portion of the year, I think that we'll likely see more and more of that from other companies as we go. But my battery on the camera died right as I got to that last sentence of the news. But anyway, like I said, this is the short version of the news. I apologize for the hostage style video that has been trademark of my Vegas updates, but we are here in Vegas, as you can see. There's the Strat. Yay. I'm gonna try and get some other additional content up. We've been having fun while we've been here. We did go-karting, we did some racetrack stuff, drove me a Porsche GT3 RS today. So, got a lot of video, things like that. I'll try and get some extra stuff up from the trip and Proline by the Fire, but that's all I have for tonight. Obviously, I'm struggling with production, so I apologize for that, but I'm not breaking the streak. So thanks as always, and we'll see you guys on the next one.